What's up guys, number 4 of the Derby career mode, and to start this episode we are going to up the difficulty to world class, because at the moment we are kind of finding it a bit easy on professional, so hopefully world class is a little bit more realistic and a bit more of a challenge for us, because we are currently sat top of the table. So we are just renewing some of the contracts, of course. I always like to keep my players up to date with those. I don't like them running out, because you can always sell the player for like 100k or something, so that's always beneficial. So we're going to head into our first game, but before we do that I thought I'd show you the table quickly. We are obviously top, Norwich in second, so it's interesting to see how well these teams do in real life compared to how EA rate them in FIFA, of course. And Norwich are doing very well, Forest are doing very well, so it's kind of the same in a way, but Cardiff and Fulham aren't doing too well. They're getting back on their feet, but still we're going to head into our first game of the episode against Millwall. We made some changes, just put a few more weaker players on just to rest a few of the bigger players, and we unfortunately give away a penalty here in the 30th minute of the match. And I do like the goalkeeper taunt things, but I don't think they really do work. He went down the middle there and put it into the back of the net. A little bit unfortunate, but we did get back into the game. Of course we were playing on world class in this game, so obviously a little bit more difficult for us to defend, attack, and just pass the ball around. So we go down this charging run down the right hand side with Christie, cross it into the box, and Leon Best is there to head it into the back of the net. It's nice that we have got like 3 strikers. We've got CFC, Martin and Best. It's a bit of a shame we haven't really played Best that much, but I'm pretty sure we will be able to play him a little bit more, maybe here and there in a cup game or something. We'll have to see. So we head into the 65th minute of the match. We do some substitutions, bring on Bryson and CFC just to make the team a little bit better, because we were kind of struggling before this goal here in the 66th minute with Jordan Ivey. Is quite a nice play, he's quite weak, but at the same time he has got very good dribbling and pace. And then we do get a very nice goal here, a really nice chip through ball for Bryson, and then a nice chip over to Jamie Ward to head into the back of the net in the 85th minute of the match to get us all 3 points. So it is nice for us to get a 3-1 win against Millwall. I think that is a realistic thing. We unfortunately drew to him at the weekend, so obviously we dropped a few points there, but at the same time we were a bit tired, and obviously playing 3 games in a week is a little bit of a tough thing for a team to do. So we're going to head into our next game. Probably the biggest so far is against Norwich, second in the table. Hopefully we can get a good point or 2 out of this game, because obviously when they're in second, if we get 3 points we're pretty much guaranteeing winning the title if we can beat them. So we do head into the 72nd minute. It took us a long time to break them down, and unfortunately we concede that goal there in the 72nd minute of the match. I think it was from Lafferty or something, and then they do score another goal here in the 90th minute. Houlihan puts it through to Lafferty, and he puts it into the back of the net. A ridiculous like cut inside from him there to put him into a really dangerous area, and unfortunately we lose the game. I believe that is our first loss of this series, so a little bit of a shame, but it is nice when we do lose the games, of course, because if we just win, it's getting a little bit boring. So obviously playing on world class, it's going to be a lot more difficult and a bit better of a challenge. So we head into our next game against Charlton, another pretty good side in real life. I don't know if they're that good on career mode, but yeah, we go into the 8th minute of the match here and we score a really nice goal. Johnny Russell going to the byline, crossing it back for Chris Martin to head it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the game. A very nice goal for him, obviously putting him on to about 20 goals now. I could be wrong. I do know how many goals he does get by the end of the season, so it's always difficult to remember what he has got at this point. And then we do win a penalty there. I think it was Johnny Russell running into the box. He gets tripped up and Martin is there to put it away to get another goal for him. He's just a fantastic scoring ability, and we do get another penalty here, pretty much the same situation. Russell running down the left and winning the penalty. I don't know what their right back was doing. I don't know how he had not been sent off. I think he does actually get sent off here. Yes, he does. So obviously down to 10 men, there was no real chance for them to get back into the game, and if we do tuck away this penalty, it does give us the 3-goal lead, so pretty much guarantees the game, and that is what we do there. Put it down the middle, and that means a hat-trick from Martin. Obviously 2 of them from penalties, but still to score a hat-trick is pretty darn good. But unfortunately we do concede a goal here in the 75th minute of the match. I think he did the offside trap, and then like Nathan Ake and Craig Forsyth just did not get onside, and then he hits it in the underside inside of the bar and puts it into the back of the net. Not much the keeper could do about it. And then we go into the 80th minute mark here, and Gary Mackay-Stevens chips over for Ibe, and then Ibe goes around the keeper and puts it into the back of the net. Quite a nice finish at quite a tight angle. And then we obviously finish the game 4-1, so that's a good win for us. Obviously getting the 3 points is always important, and generally it's a good game. Like when you lose the game and then come back and win it, that's always good for the side. So obviously Chris Martin did get man of the match in that game with a 9.8 rating. Not much more he could do in that game, maybe get another goal to get it 9 out of 9, but nevertheless we are going to change up the settings for the next game, because playing in the rain is a little bit difficult, and I do like playing in the clear. And we have got a game against Bolton, another side that we should be able to beat quite easily, so I'm just resting a few players here and there, players unlike orangey greeny colour, and obviously the ones on the dark green. I like to play them because it gives everyone a chance to play and obviously to develop. So we're just changing up the side here, and I think we put Abner on the bench. I'm not quite sure. I think Nathan Ake can actually play left back, so he is always an option if Abner ever does get called back. So we head into the game, and in the 65th minute of the match, it did take us quite a while. We did bring on Kalero Bunjaku and someone else I can't remember off the top of my head, but Kalero does actually get his first goal for the club here, kind of clumsy from the Bolton defence, but eventually does put it into the open net. It's nice for him to make that good run into the box, and unfortunately that was the only goal of the game. A little bit of a boring one, but we were resting some of our bigger players like Chris Martin. When you don't play him, it's going to be quite difficult, but we are still in the top of the table, of course, 7 points clear of Norwich, so we're pretty confident on going into our next game against Nottingham Forest. But before we do that, I thought I'd show the squad report, as some of the players have gone up like 2-1s, and I think one of them went up 3. I think Christie went up 3, but he has played the most games so far. It would be nice if we could get Jordan Ibe and Gary Mackay-Steven a bit higher rating, because at the moment they haven't really changed too much. So I think one of our players is out injured or out on international or something. I'm not too sure. I think it's international actually. So unfortunately we've got no Johnny Russell or Jamie Ward, so we're going to have to play a few different wingers. I think we end up playing Dawkins and Gary Mackay-Stevens on the right, and then we do eventually bring on Ibe in the second half, as he has got a good burst of pace. So we head into the game, and it is a game I definitely want to win against Forest. They are our biggest rivals, and it would be really nice to get the 3 points against them, and we do get a good start here against them. In the 12th minute of the match, we do win a penalty. Gary Mackay-Stevens obviously winning us there with his 5-star skills does definitely help win penalties on this game. And then we do step up with Chris Martin, put it into the top right hand corner of the goal, and he puts it very nicely in to make it 1-0 in the game. It is always nice to get a goal in the first 20 minutes of the game. It unsettles the other side, and they do actually score straight away. I was quite surprised. I don't know if I was just fanning about or something, and I just would let him walk through. Don't know what Ake and Keogh is really doing there, and he hits in the underside of the crossbar. Not much the goalkeeper could do about it to make it 1-1 in the game. A little bit unfortunate, but we do reply minutes later in the second half, I believe it is. Quite a nice goal, well worked, and just generally a really nice bit of play. Dawkins is a bit of a one I don't really play too much. He hasn't got the bags of pace, he hasn't got the best of dribbling, so he just doesn't really have too much. But he does do a very nice cross there to Chris Martin to make it 2-1 in the game in the 36th minute of the match. A very nice goal to obviously give us the lead, and I think the game does end like that. So it was a bit of a boring game in the second half. I was just trying to keep the lead and not give away anything in the end. So yeah, getting the 3 points against Forest is always good. So we got another game, and it is against Huddersfield. We've got Jamie Ward and Johnny Russell back from international, so that's always good. Still got George Thorne out injured, unfortunately, but hopefully he can come back towards the end of this episode or at the start of the next. So we head into the game, and in the 65th minute of the match, we do unfortunately concede a goal here. Naki Wells is just a really good player. He's got bags of pace, and he does put it into the back of the net there to make it 1-0 in the game. And it took us till the 90th minute of the match. We brought Jamie Ward off the bench, put the ball through for Gary Mackay-Stevens, and then eventually puts it into the back of the net to get us a point in that game. And it was kind of lucky to get just the point. We probably could have got the win, but I was resting a few players here and there, trying out some youngsters. I always like doing that just to get their development a bit higher. So we got another game, and it is against Blackburn, and I think Leon Best is like not available for this game, but I'm not really using him too much. I'm not too bothered, of course. So we just change over a couple of players, playing Johnny Russell on the right and putting Jordan Ibe on the left. So we head into the game, and a crazy cross here goes to Will Hughes, puts it into Martin, and Martin at the near post puts it into the back of the net. A really nice finish in the 15th minute of the match to make it 1-0 in the game. A very nice goal, of course. And then we score our second goal of the game 2 minutes later, straight from kickoff, win the ball back. Omar Mascarell bringing it forwards, puts it through to Chris Martin, and of course with his fantastic finishing. I think he's got like 78, 79 finishing, and for like a 72, 73 rated player, that's absolutely fantastic. So obviously 2-0 in the 20th minute of the match was always good, and it took us quite a while to get our third goal of the game, and it was quite a nice one into the near post, and George Thorne off the bench. I think he just got back from injury, puts it into the back of the net, so it's nice for him to come back and get a nice goal there for him on his pretty much debut back from injury kind of thing. So we go into the 80th minute of the match here, and we do win a corner, and we cross it into the box, and he does put it into the back of the net with Jordan Rhodes. A little bit unfortunate. I think a deflection goes off one of my defenders, maybe Forsyth or something, and then pretty much the same thing 5 minutes later, win another corner on the other side, cross it into the box. Hanley's there to head it into the back of the net. I was a little bit worried at this point with 5 minutes left of the game. Are we going to drop all 3 points after being 3-0 up at the 80th minute mark? But we do seal the deal here in the 90th minute. I think they were like all out attack or something, just trying to get that goal. But Chris Martin's there to put it into the back of the net. A fantastic player, definitely would suggest him. I'd say he's going to be quite cheap. Like if you want him on another career mode and you need like a goal scorer, he'll definitely do the job. So we head into our final game of the episode, and it is against Bournemouth. We recently beat them 2-0. They did get their goalkeeper sent off. It was a bit of a strange game. We didn't really perform too well, but Bournemouth are quite a good side at the same time, very similar to us of course. So we head into the game, and in the 23rd minute of the match, a very nice through ball here from Jeff Hendrick, puts through Johnny Russell with his pace, and of course playing Johnny Russell on the right, he can do just cut inside and hit it with his left foot to put it into the back of the net. Quite a nice finesse shot to make it 1-0 in the 20th minute of the match. And it is good how we've got so many wingers in this career mode. We've got Gary Mackay-Stevens, Jamie Ward, Johnny Russell, Jordan Ibe, and of course Dawkins. So there's a lot of options, and I'm definitely going to add to that in the Premier League when we do eventually get there. So we go into the 52nd minute of the match, and we unfortunately conceded a goal. It did come from the left-hand side, where Nathan Ake and Forsyth are probably the weaker out of my two centre-half and full-backs. They are just the weak-hand side, and we unfortunately luckily get a goal here with Jake Buxton comes off the bench and heads it into the back, and that was a bit of an issue with Nathan Ake playing at the back, or was it Keogh? It was one or the other. I think one of them got injured in the end. So we go into the 83rd minute of the match, and I think it was Keogh who got injured in this game, so I think he's only out for like 7 days, so it's nothing too big. But we unfortunately conceded that goal there, and obviously the game does end up drawing, so a little bit unfortunate way to end off this episode with a draw. But it is nice how we are getting more realistic results here with playing on world class of course. So if you did enjoy this episode and you want another episode for tomorrow, if you get over 25 likes, I'll definitely do that for tomorrow. So yeah, smash the like button, subscribe if you're on the channel, and see you soon. Bye.